In the heart of South America lies a wild land isolated by time. A place where life does not merely strive to survive, but must constantly fight for every breath. From the ancient tabletop mountains shrouded in mist to the sediment-rich currents of the Orinoco River, Venezuela's natural world is an arena of life and death with no room for weakness. From tiny hummingbirds hovering in the air to the hidden claws of the jaguar, each creature carries within it a unique code of survival, intricately woven together to form one magnificent living body. Here, even the slightest shift in nature can overturn the delicate balance between abundance and chaos. Venezuela is not simply a geographical territory. It is a vast laboratory of evolution. From the dense canopies of tropical rainforests to seasonally flooded wetlands, from the mist-covered tabletop peaks of the Tepuy formations to the unfathomable depths of the Orinoco River, every habitat nurtures biological communities found nowhere else on Earth. To the south, Venezuela embraces part of the lifeblood of the Amazon, a place where the rainforest stretches like an endless green ocean. Beneath the tangled canopy, countless species of plants and animals coexist in a fragile state of equilibrium. Many of these species remain mysteries to modern science. Amid the stillness, ancient trees hundreds of years old stand firm like silent witnesses to the passage of time. Upon the rough bark of these giants, lichens, mosses, and climbing vines create entire microscopic worlds together. They provide shelter and sustenance for dozens of other small creatures. But the moment one steps beyond the boundaries of the deep forest and enters the wild Llanos grasslands, nature transforms dramatically. The sky seems to open into infinity, while the land stretches flat like a giant mirror reflecting the clouds above. Llanos is a land of harsh extremes. The dry season drains life from the earth, leaving behind cracked expanses of red-baked ground. But when the rains arrive, everything disappears beneath an immense inland sea. It is this unforgiving cycle of seasons that has driven one of the most dynamic biological convergences on the planet. Migratory birds, amphibians, capybaras, Orinoco crocodiles, and apex predators all depend upon one another, taking advantage of the floodwaters to reproduce and thrive. At higher elevations, the Tepuy Mountains reveal an entirely different chapter of evolution. Isolated geographically for millions of years, the plants that inhabit these summits have developed extraordinary adaptations to withstand harsh climates and nutrient-poor soils. Thick leaves, dwarf-like trunks clinging tightly to ancient rock crevices, and most remarkably, the emergence of carnivorous plants. They have transformed their leaves into hunting traps, extracting precious nitrogen from insects to sustain life atop these lofty plateaus. The lifeline connecting all of these ecological fragments is Venezuela's network of rivers centered around the mighty Orinoco. These waterways carry more than water. They transport life itself. When the flood season arrives, the boundary between land and water is erased completely. Fish swim deep into flooded forests in search of food, silently dispersing seeds wherever they go. The forest nourishes the river. The river regenerates the forest. A perfect cycle of mutual dependence. In Venezuela, every mountain and every river is a world unto itself, a refuge for creatures found nowhere else. Yet this paradise is incredibly fragile. Everything is connected. No species can exist in isolation. Break a single link in the chain, and a legacy forged through millions of years of evolution could collapse entirely. Leaving behind the damp rainforest floor, the canopy opens into a world bathed in light, yet filled with danger. Here, survival does not depend on brute strength. It depends on wisdom. There is one creature that moves against every hurried rhythm of nature: the three-toed sloth. Hidden within the Orinoco canopy, the sloth is a master of stillness. Long arms, hook-like claws resembling iron grapples, they can hang upside down for hours without expending the slightest amount of energy. But don't let their name fool you. In this ecosystem, energy is the most valuable currency of all. And the sloth is one of its wisest spenders, wasting absolutely nothing. Each sloth is a mobile ecosystem unto itself. Its fur supports the growth of green algae, creating the perfect camouflage cloak that conceals it from the talons of the mighty harpy eagle. Sloths are born, grow up, and remain safe high in the treetops. But once each week, they must descend to the forest floor to relieve themselves. And on the ground, slowness means death. All of this risk exists to maintain a strange cycle. If waste were dropped from nearly 100 feet above, it would shatter upon impact and wash away with the rainforest rains. Instead, the sloth creates an intact nursery at the base of its tree, where the moths living in its fur can lay their eggs, mature, and eventually return to the sloth's coat, helping nourish the green algae that provides its living camouflage. In stark contrast to the sloth's stillness, macaws burst across the dark green sky in flashes of brilliant color. With more than 17 different subspecies and body lengths that can exceed 3 feet, macaws are among the engineers that shape the appearance of the rainforest itself. Their dazzling plumage beneath the sunlight serves more than it is a specialized form of communication that helps lifelong mates recognize one another amid the endless green of the jungle. Their powerful curved beaks are razor-sharp evolutionary tools, capable of cracking open the toughest seeds that defeat other birds. But the finest foods often come with plant toxins designed as chemical defenses. To overcome this challenge, macaws engage in a remarkable behavior, gathering at clay licks along riverbanks to consume mineral-rich earth. This clay not only provides essential sodium, an extremely scarce resource deep within the rainforest, but also acts as a natural filter, helping neutralize toxins from wild seeds within their digestive systems. Ecologically, macaws are the rainforest's wings of renewal. By traveling constantly and dispersing seeds through their droppings, or by accidentally dropping them while feeding, they help regenerate forests after natural disturbances. When macaw populations decline, the forest's ability to heal itself slows as well. In return, they rely on cavities within ancient trees, often abandoned by woodpeckers, as nesting sites to raise the next generation. It is another cycle of mutual dependence that cannot be separated. Within the middle canopy, where branches intertwine to form a tangled network of aerial highways, another proud figure appears, bearing an enormous beak painted in surreal colors. The toucan. Its oversized bill appears heavy and cumbersome, yet in reality, it is astonishingly lightweight. It serves as a perfect biological cooling system, helping the bird regulate its body temperature beneath the tropical heat. Together with the macaws, toucans are architects of the rainforest. They clear ripe fruits from the highest branches while also feeding on insects and bird eggs, preserving the harsh balance upon which the ecosystem depends. But the canopy is far from peaceful. Tree snakes, wildcats, eagles. Death is always watching. To survive, the inhabitants of this world weave together an invisible warning network. The piercing calls of toucans tear through the forest air. Instantly, sloths curl into stillness and disappear. Flocks of macaws explode into flight, seeking safety. No life here exists alone. They merge together, becoming one immense living organism. When the tropical rains come pouring down, the Llanos grasslands transform into a vast ecological transition zone, where the boundary between land and water disappears completely. In this realm of half earth and half river, an explosion of life gives rise to encounters between some of nature's greatest survivors. At the water's edge, a phantom of the rainforest watches in silence. The jaguar, the supreme ruler of South America's wetlands. The Llanos becomes an inland sea, The line between land and river vanishes. A deadly arena emerges. Hidden within the shadows, the phantom of the rainforest appears. The jaguar, the uncrowned king of the marshes. Its rosette-patterned coat dissolves completely into shafts of sunlight and patches of shadow. Unlike other big cats, jaguars do not fear water. Water is an ally. They glide beneath the murky surface, in absolute silence. Then, in the blink of an eye, the jaguar's ultimate weapon is not its claws, it is its jaws. A single bite can pierce the shell of a turtle, drive straight through the skull of its prey, ending a life in an instant. And the favorite target of this king is the capybara, the largest rodent on Earth. Plump, seemingly clumsy on land, but don't let appearances deceive you. Underwater, capybaras are specialists. Their partially webbed feet make them exceptional swimmers. When death draws near, they can dive beneath the surface and hold their breath for up to 8 minutes. Jaguars hunt alone. Capybaras possess the strength of the herd. Dozens of watchful eyes stand guard at all times. They are the living lawnmowers of the wetlands, cropping grasses, maintaining the riverbanks, and becoming the pulse of survival that sustains countless forms of life, including the very phantoms that stalk them. Through this apparent cruelty, the jaguar becomes a guardian of balance. By regulating herbivore populations, it helps preserve the very shape and health of the river ecosystem. But the threats facing capybaras do not come only from the land. Beneath the dark waters of the marsh, another giant lies coiled in silent anticipation: the anaconda. Growing to lengths of up to approximately 23 feet and weighing more than 220 pounds, the anaconda is the phantom ruler of slow-moving rivers and deep marshes. Its eyes and nostrils sit high, allowing it to remain submerged in muddy water, while exposing only the smallest portion of its body to observe the world above. It is a master of patience and ambush. When an unsuspecting animal approaches the water's edge, the anaconda strikes with astonishing speed for a creature of such immense size. Its jaws lock onto the target. Then its muscular coils tighten around the victim's chest, cutting off blood circulation completely until the prey's heart finally. Contrary to the exaggerated myths that surround it, the anaconda is highly selective when hunting. It attacks only when victory is nearly certain, avoiding injuries that could occur during a dangerous struggle. The anaconda and the jaguar form a balanced ecological pincer within the Llanos. The jaguar governs the land and shallow waters. The anaconda dominates the deep channels and muddy marshes. Between these two powerful forces, the capybara keeps the vegetation neatly trimmed. The constant interaction between predator and prey is more than a struggle for survival. It is an intricate mechanism that keeps the flow of life in Venezuela's floodplains cycling in stable equilibrium.
From above, the Orinoco River resembles a vast artery feeding the great wilderness.
The flood arrives. The river swallows the land. Ancient forests sink beneath the water surface. A magnificent inversion of worlds. Fish glide between the tops of submerged trees. Birds build their nests high above what is now open water. On the calm surface, a natural wonder emerges: the giant Victoria water lily. Its leaves, stretching up to 6.5 feet, 2 meters wide, float like emerald islands. Beneath them lies a massive biological buoy system, capable of supporting astonishing weight. Living in oxygen-starved mud, its hollow structure becomes a remarkable respiratory system, drawing oxygen from the water surface and channeling it down to its deep roots. These floating leaves create a protective dome, a safe refuge where frogs and young fish hide from predators lurking above and below. But no paradise is without its shadows. Beneath that protective canopy, a dark cloud silently approaches. The reality is that most piranha species are not mindless killers, but dedicated opportunistic feeders and scavengers. With razor-sharp jaws and an extremely sensitive lateral line system capable of detecting even the faintest vibrations, They quickly clean up dead animals and weak prey. Their tendency to move in large schools is primarily a defensive strategy against predators such as caimans and waterbirds, rather than a coordinated feeding frenzy. By removing decaying matter and potential disease sources, piranhas act as the river sanitation crew, helping maintain water quality and indirectly protecting the entire aquatic ecosystem. The Orinoco is not just a river, it is the heartbeat of Venezuela. Deep within its murky depths, an ancient monster reigns, the harpy. Covered in armor-like scales and capable of breathing air, it stands as a living relic of evolution, unchanged across time. Yet even this river king must bow to the harsh forces of the wilderness ahead. Venezuela is a land of extremes. When drought reaches its peak, a single lightning strike is enough to ignite the forest. Fire consumes everything in its path, forcing wildlife into desperate flight. The blaze does not merely destroy, it erases the past to prepare for renewal. But before the ashes can even cool, the sky collapses. Torrential rains fall for weeks. The mighty Orinoco overflows its banks, transforming the forest into a vast freshwater ocean. Animal trails vanish, replaced by a submerged maze. Here, survival leaves no choice: adapt or disappear. However, natural disasters are not the greatest threat. Human intervention is. Roads cut through forests, fragmenting vital migration corridors. Mines poison waterways with heavy metals, suffocating life from the riverbed upward. When forests are divided, apex predators like the jaguar are pushed to the edge, losing territory and access to prey. A survival network woven over millions of years is being torn apart in mere decades. And yet, nature remains resilient. From ashes, green shoots will rise again. But the patience of the earth is not infinite. Protecting this wilderness is no longer an option. It is a responsibility tied directly to our own survival. Venezuela is a symphony of survival. Let us ensure that this symphony never falls silent. Subscribe and share this message today.